I want to go back to the draft in Montreal if we can. It was back in early July this past summer, and the Arizona Coyotes had the number 3 pick, and they drafted Logan Cooley. My question to you is very simple. How much input did you have, knowing some junior players coming from junior hockey and in Ottawa? How much input did you have in the draft and the selection of the player?
None. Zero.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Seriously, Tony, I will tell you right away today, there is no coach in the NHL who has one person to say on the draft.
But if I can't coach, there's a difference, though. You probably weren't asked about Logan Cooley, but you probably were asked about Shane Wright. Not even?
Yeah. Yes. I was, let's say, a database. Because I knew Logan Cooley as well, because when I was in the OHL, he was on our territory, and I recruited him and I scouted him. So I knew him since he was 15 years old. So is plenty of player. All the American who were the good American last year were in the OHL territory. So I knew all those guys. I knew the Shane Wright. I knew some guys who play in the West because they were part of Hockey Canada program. So yes, I had that input in the sense of, like I said, it's a database. What do you think of Shane Wright? What kind of kid he is? How competitive he is? Is he a student of the game? What I knew about him. Okay, yeah, I had to say that. Same thing, Cooley, how competitive he is and stuff like that. I saw Slavkovsky at the World Championship. I coach against him. Same thing for the guys in New Jersey, Nimesh. All those guys. Okay, they asked me, but I was not even in the scouting meeting. So what they did with the information, I cannot tell you. And
I hear you.
And that's the way it should be, Tony. That's the way it should be. You know why? Because when we played Toronto last game, after the game, I watched the game again. I saw it live. I watched the game. Then from there, I knew what I wanted to pick from that game. So I review example 6 phase of our system, all the clip. That's about all the game again. And then I pick about 40, 50 clips. And then I review those clips and I cut them and I put them in order. And then after I present it to the player. So the game who happened in Toronto, I saw that game 3 or 4 times by the time I move on to Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If the scout went to the game and watched the game once and he come at the game after and he start to tell me what I should do, how do you think I will take that information?
With a grain of salt.
Listen, Johnny.
Yeah.
I will say thanks for your time, Johnny. But you know what? Since you saw that game, I saw that game 4 times, and I see those players every day. I talk to them every day, and I know what kind of decision each of our players, and it's like that for 82 games. So at the end of the season, when one of our scouts saw us play 3 times, and he arrived with an opinion, I respect his opinion, and I'm happy to give his opinion because that can bring me perspective. But do you really think I will take a decision on who to put on the ice because our scouts say this?
No.
No.
And I think
I know what I saw.
I think I understand what you're saying. And in turn, if you see a junior player 5 or 6 times and your scout has a chance to see him 30 times, talk to 30 coaches, get input, get data, break everything down, go through, you'd be hard pressed to tell that scout about that player. Yeah, I get it.
And now I will say to that scout, I know Shane Wright, you should draft him. He should look at me and say, go yourself. I know what I saw Shane Wright 30 times. I saw him on the back-to-back. I saw him when he was fresh. I saw him when he was sick. I saw him when he was competitive. I saw him when he wasn't. I saw him against the best team in the league. I saw him against the worst team in the league. I saw him at the international level. I talked to his coach, to his teacher, to his billet. I talked to 10 coaches who coach him. And you coach him for one tournament, and you think you know him better than me. He should tell me at that moment, okay, stay in your lane, Bear. You're good. Take care of the bad check, and we'll be good.
I'm Marinaro, and that clip you just watched is from our most recent episode of the Sick Podcast. Once again, follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's absolutely free, and you'll be notified when we go live. I'm Marinaro. Tell your friends about it. This podcast, like me, is pretty sick.